News just doesn't seem to be getting any better when it comes to PlayStation. Not only has their console now been deemed a 835p PS5 Pro, which is pretty abysmal, and I know they are trying to damage control this like there's no tomorrow by shouting from the rooftops, "It is better than the 4070, which Richard debunked straight away if you've seen my previous video, but it looks like, lo and behold, they are about to follow Xbox in how they deliver video games, especially when it comes to PlayStation and their terminology when it comes to day and date. This is pretty actually big, so I wanted to release a separate video for this because, man, this is huge. And we saw some very, very, very similar things written when Phil Spencer was posting these tweets. And now we're seeing the same language, the same terminology, the same kind of messaging. And to me, it's the beginning of the day and date saga. It's not hit yet, and it probably won't land until the PS6 or maybe some way into the PS6. But this is the beginning. Now, we've been talking about the PS5 games, or Sony PlayStation games in general, going day and date for a while. And we've seen the live service games going day and date. Until Dawn is going day and date. Lego is going day and date to Switch as well as PC. So there's a number of games that are going day and date. And this has already begun with some of the more smaller titles. And it's only going to wrap up as shareholders see the money coming in and their investment getting tripled, quadrupled. And they like money. They like money more than anything, and they don't have no loyalty whatsoever. But you know what? Let's switch over and see exactly what we're looking at, because this is rather interesting. Okay, so we have President Co-CEO Hideaki Nishino, who says consoles will remain the core of their business. Who else said this? I wonder. Phil Spencer keeps saying that the Xbox will remain the core of their business. Exactly the same terminology. Speaking on the rise of PC gaming popularity. Also says they are trying to increase and expand content for overall gaming market PC and reach a wider audience. Oh, so I'm guessing the actual growth of console sales and picking up MAUs for consoles isn't actually expanding. You know, if you have 60 million consoles sold and those 60 million are only buying 500,000 to 1 million copies of a game and 59 million couldn't care less, but let's even push that aside for a second. But when the PS5 Pro comes along, if 15 million of those upgrade their PS5 to a PS5 Pro, sure, it looks great on the balance sheet that they've sold another 15 million consoles, but they're not actually gaining any new users. So then, you know, the PS5 Pro is probably going to be very, very minimal profit, if anything. And therefore, what are they actually gaining in this? Absolutely nothing. They're gaining zero. So it continues. We are trying to increase the overall game market by expanding content to PCs. There is no doubt that home consoles will be our core of our business, but by offering titles for devices other than home consoles, we will reach a wider range of customers. The key here is devices other than home consoles, which means cloud and PC. Maybe even the Switch, I guess. I mean, I can't see them ever putting a game on Xbox unless they're forced to, which is why I still find Xbox's plan a little weird, but whatever. But this pretty much tells you that day and date is going to be a thing. Whether you like it or not, it's going to happen. He's pretty much telling you here. But by offering titles for devices other than home consoles, basically PC, we will reach a wider range of customers, and that is exactly what their shareholders want, because they want a higher return on their investment, because games cost a bomb to make. So this really looks like PlayStation is going to go day and date at some point. It's inevitable, it's going to happen, and this is crazy. Now we also have down here, CEO Nishino also told Nikkei, they didn't raise PS5 price in Japan, rather, it changed the PS5 price. We can reinvest the revenue we earn from the price hike. So they didn't increase the price, they changed it. Like, excuse me? What's the difference? There's literally no difference. But my god. At this point, I mean, I agree, if that's the case, then re-allow PC players who don't have access to higher-end PC hardware or Mac gamers to play their PlayStation games on Nvidia's GeForce Now. God of War 2018 was previously on the service. Server-grade RTX 4080, I mean, this is what you can actually play on right now, which is pretty damn awesome. And I think Sony should do that. That's an easy win for them and easy money. That way, anyone that's on GeForce Now can start buying those Steam copies of, you know, PlayStation games and start experiencing them through the cloud. There is literally no issue to this. You know what? Even add the necessity to make it PSN as well. I don't care. Just, you can see this eventually happening. They're going to embrace GeForce Now. They're going to embrace PC. It's going to happen. People can deny it. People can, wiggle about and do all their damage control they want. But this is going to happen. And, Nishino here saying, we are trying to increase the overall game market by expanding content to PCs because the console market isn't growing. It's just not. Now, I know people say that PlayStation's market share is increasing, Switch's market share is increasing, but that's because Xbox's market share is decreasing. So they're only gaining the market share from Xbox. They're not actually gaining any new market share. So if you had, let's say, a pot of 100, and you had 33 for Xbox, 33 for Switch, 33 for PlayStation, as Xbox's has decreased to say 15, the remainder of that 15 has now been shared across PlayStation and Switch. So they're seeing a rising growth, but the overall scale of it is not actually increasing. It's just the players are bouncing about. There's not new players because the most common games that new young generation players play is Genshin Impact, Minecraft, Roblox. That's what the younger audience are playing, and the older audience like me, well, we care about consoles, we care about high fidelity gaming, but we're becoming extinct at this point, I guess, because there's no new generation that's actually interested in this stuff. It's not like when we was at school and playing these games, and companies are starting to notice this. Microsoft again was ahead of the curve and reacted way too early back in 2017, way too early. I think they should have waited at least, maybe 5 years before they actually decided to do this. But, they started from 2017 and have been doing this for quite some time. PlayStation is always waiting quite a little bit before they actually dip their toes into it. And honestly, it is what it is. But on the back of the PS5 Pro, barely hitting 900p, barely hitting 850p at this point with Alan Wake 2. We're looking at games like, Hogwarts Legacy can't break 30 FPS, and it does look like the whole notion that 30 FPS gaming will be a thing of the past is not true. Even with the PS5 Pro, that is going to be the case. Now we are seeing that the actual head of PlayStation, well, co-head, Hideaki Nishino is saying that they need PC gaming, and it looks like they are going to be offering titles for devices other than home consoles. We will reach a wider range of customers, they say. So day and date PC gaming, I mean, at this point, if they go day and date, sure, there's going to be those that still don't want a PC, and rightfully so. Not everyone is interested in a PC, so console gaming will still thrive. But those that are on PC will basically have the best of every world. They'll have PlayStation games, Xbox games. I guess the only one that hasn't made the transition yet will be Nintendo. And I'm guessing 2028 is when Nintendo will start considering putting titles over to PC, even if it's not day and date, they will at least consider starting. But the moment they start doing that, their shareholders will see the green, I should say, and they will also be very, very eager to go day and date. Not everyone wants a PC, but those that do want a PC and do want a game on a PC will look at those Nintendo games and pick them up, and it will just be an extra avenue of revenue for Nintendo. But that's ways away. Right now, Sony has, in my opinion, started the move to day and date PC. Now is the time they've actually started it, and it's very exciting. Well, that's all I have for you. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, hit that bell to stay up to date with all content I release, and I will see you in the next one.